Hey guys, Danny Johnson here, and today we're going to be changing the oil on the Chevy Cruze. And so first thing we did is on the passenger side, we lifted right here on the frame and put a jack stand under there. And now we're coming from underneath it here. And you want to find the oil pan, which is on the passenger side. Don't confuse it with the transmission. So the oil pan's over here, and it's a 10mm bolt there, so we're just going to take that out, and it is going to be really hot coming out, so you want the car to be warm, but you want it to cool down as well. I also like using an extension like this so that I can undo the bolt and undo it from back here where it's not going to hurt you as bad if it's hot, and then just pull the bolt out at the same time and let it go into the pan. So we'll go ahead and do that. Okay, you'll also want to remove the cap here just so that it flows a little bit better. So as you see here, I was able to kind of unscrew this with the extension and hold it here and then pop it out and let it drain. Okay, now the oil filter is actually up on top on these cars, and so you'll see right there that black little housing. You're going to need a 15/16 inch socket to go onto that. So you can see we're coming in from over here. Kind of hard to see. But we're going to go ahead and break this loose and go counterclockwise and screw that cap off. You'll also notice when you break this loose that you'll start to lose more oil. So you want to keep the drain plug down there open for the time. You go ahead and remove this. And then just reach down in here and pull this cap out. It's going to have the filter on it, and it's hot. Okay, so next you're going to pull the filter out here, and you'll see that end is obviously the bottom end. Set it aside. And there's also a new O-ring included with the kit. And so that O-ring is right here. You're just going to take a nice screwdriver and pry that off and put the new one on. Okay, so you're just going to take the old one off. And you can lubricate the other one too with some of the old oil, just so that it's nice and lubed up. And then you're just going to stretch it over the housing there until it's back into that spot. Okay, so next we're going to take the filter with the open end and put it down into the housing. So it'll just slide right on top. And then as we screw the cap back on, it'll lock it into place. There you go. And you'll know when it's nice and snug, but you don't want to break it. Okay, so we tightened our drain plug back in. That's 10.3 foot-pounds or 14 Newton meters as it shows here. It's nice they have it written for you. So that's not a lot of force. Just make sure that you get it snug. Now both the Chevy Cruze Turbo and the non-turbo take 4 liters or 4.25 quarts. So basically, if you buy a 5-quart thing of oil, if you happen to have an old bottle, what you can do is fill this one almost all the way full. So that gets you close to that 4.25 quart area. And then you can just pour the rest of this in. Okay, so we just poured all that in now. I'm going to go ahead and put the cap back on. Okay, so we went ahead and screwed the cap back on. We're good there. The filter is nice and snug, so we're going to start it up. Okay, so just make sure that you don't have any oil spewing out of there if you over-tightened it or didn't tighten it enough. Okay, so we're going to reset the oil timer if you change your oil. So you're going to put the key in the ignition, and you're going to turn it to accessory, but not all the way on. Then you're going to come over here and you're going to press this menu button. See if I can do both of these at the same time. And when the menu comes up, it's going to tell you the oil life, and we just reset it, but we'll show you here. But you would scroll through here until you got to the oil life, and then you would hold this reset button, and it would say, are you sure you want to reset? And so you would go up to say yes, and press this in to confirm. So that will change your oil life back to 100%.